a terrifying Halloween legend from Sleepy Hollow. A mysterious, ghostly figure who haunts the roads seeking his lost head. He rides forth on a black horse. His lantern hangs by a single nail on his saddle, casting an eerie glow on his dark visage. Suddenly, his horse rears up and the rider falls off. But there's no blood, only a pumpkin grinning at the moon. For it's not a man, but a headless horseman whose spirit gallops every Halloween night. Beware of the legend of the Headless Horseman, for he may be riding soon to take you for a spooky ride. This Halloween tale has been a staple since colonial times when people believed spirits roamed freely. And Sleepy Hollow was a place where the veil between worlds was thinnest. When autumn turned to winter, the weather grew cold and spirits grew bold. On Halloween night, they'd play tricks on mortals, rattling chains or shaking beds. And sometimes they'd lead travelers astray with their ethereal lights, beckoning them down paths to nowhere. Then came the legend of a Hessian soldier who fought for the British in the Revolutionary War. During a battle, he was beheaded, but his body remained missing. Some say he was buried alive and his ghost arose to find his head. Or perhaps he searched for vengeance on those who did him wrong. Witnesses claimed to see his headless form astride a horse, galloping silently through the mist. And then one foggy Halloween night, he met his end again. As the story goes, Katrina Van Tassel was betrothed to the wealthy Baltus Van Brunt, but her heart belonged to the poor schoolteacher Ichabod Crane. So on the eve of her wedding, she went to a party, hoping Ichabod would attend. And wouldn't you know it, he came dashing through the night, all lanky limbs and ravenous appetite, not for food but for fun. He joined the merry throng, danced with Katrina, and vowed to win her love. But soon he spied a specter riding past, glowing pumpkin held high, and superstitious whispers spread like wildfire. It was the Headless Horseman, and he was looking for someone to join him in death. Afraid of being left behind, Ichabod followed, racing through the darkness. Then suddenly, the horse reared and tossed its rider off. Startled, Ichabod ran faster, but when he turned around, his pursuer had vanished. Still clutching his lantern, Ichabod raced on, never stopping till he reached home. And some say his nightmare didn't end even then. They claim his shadow still haunts Sleepy Hollow, forever fleeing the Headless Horseman on Halloween night. The legend lives on in tales and in sights, keeping watch all Hallows' Eve. The next horrifying tale could make you scream with fright, for it involves a woman doomed to wander and wail all through the night. Deep in the heart of Mexico's ancient lands, a haunting legend once did stand. La Llorona. They called her Weeping Woman of the Night, forever searching for her children lost to endless sleep. Her tragic tale began so full of grace. Maria was a beauty with a loving embrace. She wed a wealthy man, her happiness complete with 2 sons to hold so dear. But as years passed, envy took hold in her heart. Jealous of others, she did depart, leaving her boys behind in cruel despair. And when she wandered near the river's flow, her brothers caught her, drowning in its depths. To save her life, they pulled her out, but she never woke from her slumbering slumbers. Now, La Llorona wanders, never more to rest. In her eternal sorrow, she cries out in distress, searching for her children with mournful sound. If you hear her weeping, then turn around, for her spirit's touch brings only pain and woe. Many a traveler have claimed to see her pale face floating through the night, her voice like wind chimes in the moonlight, calling out for her darlings lost. And if you listen close, you might hear her lament, a chilling warning, beware her haunt. For La Llorona's story weaves a spell, a cautionary tale of jealousy's knell. La Llorona, the weeping woman forevermore, a legend whispered, heard, yet never seen. Beware her tears, for they foretell of fears. The next eerie apparition will send shivers down your spine, for it's a spectral canine that follows those on their final decline. This legend comes from the fog-laden moors of England's ancient past. where gnarled trees twisted and shadows cast, secrets hidden, stories untold. There roamed a phantom hound, its mournful cry echoing through the night. They called it the Black Dog of Deathly Roads. A harbinger of doom, it stalked through gloom, its eyes burning bright like embers aglow. Its fur as dark as midnight skies above, its jaws like iron, its teeth like knives, it stalked its prey, breathing hard, never straying far from the path of the dying. Many a soul who saw its ghastly shade fell ill and died before the morning light. It haunted lonely travelers on winding lanes, whispering their doom in voices like chains. The legend grew, the terror spread, the black dog's curse, a haunting dread. Some say it was a demon unleashed, sent to claim souls and leave hearts deceased. Others whisper, it's the devil himself, cloaked in canine guise, stealing souls to his own dark shelf. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. When the black dog appears, death draws near. So heed my warning, traveler bold. If you hear its bark, don't be too bold. Run home, lock your doors, and pray with all your might that the black dog passes you by in the dead of night. The next terrifying legend comes from a realm of spirits and sugar skulls, a horrifying specter born of trick or treat, forever sealed in a gruesome thrall. In the heart of New Orleans, where voodoo lore ran deep, lived a man named Candyman. His treats would lure children close, unaware of the curse that quickly imposed. One day, a rival's jealous spite turned Candyman's life to endless night. Murdered in a cruel and gruesome way, his vengeful spirit now holds sway. Those who hear his name spoken in vain will face his wrath and endless pain. Some say he's trapped within the hive, where honeycombs of terror thrive. His eyes like candy, oh so sweet, watching all who enter his ghastly street. If you dare say his name 5 times, beware the mirror's ghastly rhyme. You'll see him standing grim and stark, a ghastly vision in the dark. With candy corn and lollipops, he'll tempt your soul with sugary drops. But eat them not, for in each bite you'll feel his spirit's icy blight. The Candyman's curse, a haunting plight, a legend whispered in the dead of night. Be careful, children, when you roam, for the Candyman's spirit claims his home. Our final tale is the goriest of all, involving a mirror that traps souls, condemned to wander, never to depart. It happened in a mansion grand, where mirrors shimmered, catching and commanding. Lady Eleanor, fair of face, gazed into glass, time and space, caught in its depths, her image confined. A bargain struck, eternal youth she'd find, but trapped within the glassy bind. Now Eleanor's spirit walks the night, forever young, forever out of sight. Those who see her, doomed to share her ghostly fate beyond compare. Mirrors, they say, are portals to the unknown, where spirits linger, never to be shown. So when you gaze into their mystic art, remember well, it could break your heart. For mirrors hold secrets, dark and deep, where souls are stolen and the living weep. Be careful, mortals, when you pass the haunted mirror's haunting glass. These legends prove Halloween isn't just candy and costumes. It's about fear, mystery, and the stories that linger long after the night ends. Hit like if you enjoyed this dark journey, comment which legend spooked you most, and subscribe for more terrifying tales. Happy Halloween! And remember, some doors are best left unopened, some mirrors should stay unpolished, and some woods should be avoided after sunset.